How you guys doing? I'm in the hangar. I'm sitting here meditating on how badass being an aircraft mechanic is. If you want to be an aircraft mechanic, I absolutely tell you it's worth it. It's exciting. If this is something you're thinking about doing and you're just thinking about doing it as a career and you're looking at the financial aspect of it, I think that you should consider other crafts as well. If you love aviation and you're considering aircraft maintenance, if you're already a mechanic and just love airplanes, this job is an excellent decision. But being an aircraft mechanic is sick, you guys. I mean, absolutely awesome. I thoroughly believe that I will never be without a job, making at least 50. The licensing process was kind of difficult. Granted, difficult is relative, isn't it? You had to study. You had to have a thorough understanding. I'm a big fan of general aviation. Being an aircraft mechanic awards all types of opportunities. You're going to get a chance to fly with the airplane every once in a while. I had a lot of buddies that went the commercial aviation route. It's always a trade-off, right? Those guys are in the shop, maybe the hydraulic shop, maybe the tire shop, maybe they're in the brake shop, maybe they're, and they're doing the same task repetitively over and over and over again. They get their days off, they get their set schedules. These guys are getting quarterly bonuses or annual bonuses. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you go the general aviation route, that's business aviation, right? That's working for a private individual, a Part 91 operation, maybe a small 135, which is a charter operation. There's a ton of outfits all around the nation. I see a lot of opportunities awarded in business aviation, in corporate aviation. If you want to be on the general aviation side of things, you must meet and greet. Go to whatever your local aviation organizations are. Be involved on the national level, like the National Business Aviation Association. I live in Georgia, so you would want to be involved with the Georgia Business Aviation Association. However, if you're interested in aviation, then you should also be looking at the EAA, the Experimental Aircraft Association. If you like helicopters, you should be involved in HAI and be reading, magazines like Vertical or AMT or Aviation Maintenance Technician. And there's just a ton of resources out there, which is another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. If you want to be an aircraft mechanic and you're just getting into the industry, there are specifically opportunities available for you that are no longer available for me. There's the MBAA, okay, and the HFI, which is the Helicopter Foundation Incorporated, I think. But either way, there's scholarships out there that are geared towards helping people out that are either in A&P school, which I believe is like a Part 141, and or have just recently received their license. How long are you eligible to receive these scholarships after being an A&P recipient? 3 years. 3 years is an amazing amount of time. That's time to get your license. That's time to celebrate. That's time to look for a job. That's time to find a job that you don't like. That's time to maybe find a dream. Guys need to be checking out these scholarships. I contract myself out on business jets and corporate jets and helicopters. And if it wasn't for scholarships, then I wouldn't be as knowledgeable. I wouldn't have the background to identify with new clients that I have today. You have to be ready to pick up your phone and roll out. That's another reason I say that you should be passionate about aviation. You should like flying things. You should like airplanes. You should like helicopters. You should think airplanes are badass if you want to be an aircraft mechanic, because I don't see how else you can look your wife in the eyes on Friday night and say, hey, I gotta work, they just called me in, the plane's broke. That's something that's real deal. And on the general aviation side of things, that's what you're faced with.